Daniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Tej pack. Tej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tej Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tej Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tej Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tej pack. Feel the Tej, my friends. What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. It is more of a Tuesday afternoon than it is a Tuesday morning for a lot of us. And so as a result, I decided to go ahead and put the Versace robe to the side because I want to do a deep dive into Kanye West this afternoon. So I appreciate everybody for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning into the Millionaire Morning Show. It is Tuesday, October 4th, 2022. As a matter of fact, you know what? I almost believe that my show is so awesome, so professional, so dope, so great. You know me, I'm not one to shy away from giving myself all of the praise and the accolades that go along with the greatness. I believe that my show is so awesome and so great, so refined, has progressed through the years so great that I'm not sure why a big network deal is not on the table from Anton Daniels. Like, don't they see what I'm building over here? Don't they see that me and my bag chasers is taking over the world? Don't they see that I'm putting a lot of people on that has incredible talent and greatness? Listen, I told the people the other day when we was on Fight Club, I said, yo, I'm looking to expand. I'm looking to put other people on. I want people hosting their own shows on Fight Club. I want more people in the stable that can add value to what it is that we do over here. And I'm building a content creation studio. I'm going to be flying to different places. I'm getting people set up. I recognize the talent that the people have, and I want you guys to come along with me. And so as a result, I've been getting a few emails here and there, but not enough. I love your ideas that y'all got going on, but I'd like to filter through more. And if you guys are interested in rocking with me and you are a bag chaser, because let's be clear, I only make sure that I align with the bag chasers first. Make sure you send me an email at antondaniels413@gmail.com and we're going to figure that out. I got y'all emails. We mining through them. We figuring it out. But I think that we building something great. And so I'm going to go ahead and get my Kanye on. I'm going to get my Kanye on today, and we're going to do what we do. What's going on, chat? What's happening, friends? What's happening? Keep going. The podcast way, Anton. That's where all the sauce is right now. I'm not changing nothing. We gonna do what we do here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna own what I own here, but we definitely gonna make it work and make it do what it do. What's up, friends? I see y'all in the chat. What's happening? Stephen Day, Big Suggs is in the building. Danny B says I'm made alive. Welcome to the greatest show on YouTube, bar none. Aaron B is in the building. Azriel, what's happening? Love, what's happening? Stephen Day, Kojak, Big Suggs. Alvin S is in the building. Merce W, what's happening? Larry Walker, my guy. I see the gray out there, Larry. Look out below. Bag Chasers. Alonzo Hippolyte said blessings to everybody. Preston Walker. I got my dog. None other than the most consistent person that I've seen on this platform. Brock is in the building. Randy is in the building. What's going on, Randy? Miss Jennifer, what's going on? Gary S, what's happening? Sway, I got your email, big dog. I got big things lined up for you. Jojo, what's happening, bro? D Brizzy in the building. Kingdom Minded 1121. What's up, love? BMC, Blackjack, Hovey, baby 316 is in the building. Planet Brooklyn Supreme, Connie Harris. What up, Connie? What's happening, friends? What's up, all of my friends and family? Bag Chasers University is in the building. I have an exclusive interview dropping hopefully tomorrow or Thursday because I'm in an editing process. So Tuesday is the day that I get a chance to really deep dive. I got to run down to the content creation space because I got a new key cards that was being made. I got to check on the painters. We getting that popping in November. November is rocking. December 31st, we're going to have a Bag Chasers meetup in Miami. We doing New Year's Eve together. Shout out to all of the Bag Chasers. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me. You know that the best day to join the Bag Chasers on the Patreon is the first of the month. But if you can't make the first of the month, the earliest in the month that you get a chance to and become a part of the Bag Chasers is the best time to join. So please catch up on this next interview. I want you to catch up on the past interviews before I drop this next interview. Me and Charleston, we cooking up every single month, multiple times a month, every few weeks. We cooking up. We bringing the Bag Chasers exclusive content, right? Me and I don't even want to say the new people, but I have a whole network of things that are coming, and that is so incredible and so exclusive. And so I'm taking out my time to mine this out, build it out the right way, and then make sure that I present it to you on a nice plate. So Bag Chasers, link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Join today. Align yourself with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. And then make sure you join the Discord because we're doing great things and we leveling up. I'm dropping an update about Build the Business. I plan on dropping that today. And then in addition to that, we're just going to keep running it up. So shout out to all of the Bag Chasers. Also, shout out to Teej Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Link is in the description. Make sure you get that Teej pack and continue to support. I got new things coming. Did y'all see my loafs? Did y'all see my loafs? When Rita walked back in the room, I'm going to have her bring the loafs so I can show y'all what the new business venture is. And then in the next couple weeks, I'm going to drop that link in the description for you to pick up your custom pair of Anton Daniels loafs. Your custom pair of Anton Daniels the first set of footwear that you can put on your foot to make sure that you guys are looking good. All right. So we're going to go over that in a minute. Shout out to King Music says, yo, hope all is well. Big dog shares and trading still going well with the ups and downs. Stay the course. Stay the course, ladies and gentlemen. Don't waver. Don't go too far to the left. Don't go too far to the right. You just keep on investing every single day. I literally just bought. You want to know what I bought today? I'll show you what I bought today. I bought, what did I spend? $2,000 on Amazon? Every day I buy something. Every day I increase my position in something. And so I would never tell you guys to buy something. I think that Amazon, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I did. Every day, I increase my position in something every single day. I will show you. And you know, Anton, I don't tell nobody to do something, or I don't give them advice on doing something that I didn't already do. I will show you activity, positions today, activity and orders. There you go. Oh, wait a minute. We received dividend payments yesterday from Nike, dividend payments from Coca-Cola. Wow, pretty dope. All right, pending transactions. No, not pending transactions. Orders. Where is my positions? Pending transactions? Display 30 days? No. Maybe I'll just log in on my desktop and see what that's popping like. Positions. Hey, maybe I can find it in my emails. Let's see if we can pull up the emails. You know, Anton got to pull up the receipts. Gmail. The trading floor is open today, ain't it? What's today? I should have went through at least recent orders. We got to figure that out. Activity and orders? Is that what we're supposed to be on? We're going to have to figure this out. Where are the pending transactions at? I bought more Apple yesterday. Oh, it don't settle until tomorrow. So everything that you buy, it doesn't show until it's settled until tomorrow. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll show y'all my activity and orders. We bought Apple. Here, I'll show you a little bit of that. See if you can see this. There you go. See that? 10.5. And then tomorrow I'll show you what my positions were as far as what it is that I bought today. But shout out to the dividends and all of that came through today or yesterday. Just get it reinvested. I only spent $1,000 yesterday and I spent $2,000 today. So every day I try to buy something new. That's what I do. And you know why I'm doing what I'm doing? It's the same thing that I implement to you guys. It's not an investment strategy. It's not dollar cost averaging. It's none of that. You know what it is? I'll tell you exactly what it is. The thing that I've been telling y'all since the beginning of time, since late last year. I say, yo, listen, if I'm going to buy something on any particular platform, I decided to do some shopping. I bought some more lights, some more studio lights that's going to go in a content creation space. And I wind up spending like $2,000 on lights and another camera and some other stuff, right? So since I spent $2,000 on that, I decided to buy $2,000 worth of Amazon stock because I'm an Amazon stock investor. I bought some stuff on Apple. I bought my daughter some new AirPods, and then I bought a couple of other little trinkets and tidbits for the content creation space. And so the exact same amount, $967 that I spent in Apple at the Apple store, I also spent that buying their stock because I have a large position in Apple. So everything that I buy, every single thing that I buy, and again, this is why I keep telling y'all, whatever it is that I advise that you do, I'm an advocate for doing it for myself, right? I would never tell you to do something that I'm not first doing myself. Tomorrow, remind me, I will show you the little bit over $2,000 that I spent on Amazon because I spent $2,000 on Amazon. So I also have to buy their stock. And so this is the thing that I emphasize. Whatever you're going to do, and I'm not saying that you have to buy it in those particular companies because I already have a position in those companies because I've researched them extensively. I love what they're doing. And so as a result, I want to invest in those companies if I'm going to spend my money there, right? Whatever you're going to do, either double it or half it and spend the other half in buying a position in a company that you truly love. Now, if you're looking to figure out what it is that you need to invest in, then you need to go into the Patreon, look at the video where I said the 8 things that I look for when I'm looking to invest in a company, and then move your money accordingly. But it's to get you in the mindset. And C, shout out to C. C actually asked the question a while ago, hey, Anton, so should I buy this? But no, it's to get you in the mindset of investing just as much as you are a consumer. And so any position that I take is as a result, most instances, of me buying something specifically from that company. Every time I buy a pair of Nikes or something like that, I actually love Nike, the company, so I increase my position in Nike. Either I'm going to double the money that I'm going to spend and I put the other half into Nike, or I half what I was going to spend and I put the other half into the company that I truly love. And so what I'm trying to get you guys to do is take more of an investor's perspective, right? Be more of an investor instead of just a consumer. Now, when you really get to a space that you're supposed to be in, then you'll become the banker. And that's when you really make the money. Y'all don't even remember when I taught that lesson. The difference between the consumer, the business owner, and the banker. Y'all might have to revisit that. I don't have time to teach that lesson today. There's a difference between the consumer, the business owner, and the banker. And most people only see things from a consumer's perspective. Other people think that they bossing up because they own their own business, when in reality, they just created another job for themselves. The person that actually makes the money is the banker. It's a whole nother lesson. Maybe I'll teach it again if you guys are being nice to me today when we have this discussion on White Lives Matters and Black Lives Matters. But I want y'all to take more of a position in the companies that you invest in. Or instead of just being a consumer and instead of just ordering a bunch of stuff on Amazon, or, when your kid go and buy something on their Xbox and all of that other type of stuff, go ahead and invest in Microsoft. Understand who owns Xbox. When you send a job out because you're trying to increase your pay because you want to get a better job, when you send a job out and you interacting with somebody on LinkedIn, invest in Microsoft, who owns LinkedIn. I want you to start thinking about everything from an investor's perspective instead of thinking of everything from a consumer's perspective. It's not about how much stuff you have. It's about what your position are in these companies that would allow for you to be able to live the life that you want to live without any kind of problems, troubles, issues, budgeting, all of that, right? We gonna move a little bit differently. I'm gonna change your mindset every single day that you become a part of the Millionaire Morning Show on Anton from AntonDaniels.com. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. So let's get into the show. I am going to drop the link in the chat as I go through this. If I get through it in enough time, because I do have to get downtown to pick up my key card for the conversation for the content creation space. But if I get through this in enough time, I'm curious as to what people's perspective and thoughts are on what's going on here with this whole Kanye West thing. Now, for those of you that have been living under a bus, shout out to my dog Kanye, and make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. My dog Kanye said that, White Lives Matters. He did. Shout out to C. C says, thanks for that pushback. It made me look into investing in the glass manufacturer for the candle jars and a wide variety of other glass products. There you go. You getting that. You got a completely different mindset now. See, you starting to look at things from a business perspective. I like that. Don't just be on YouTube all day. Do you know that I actually take a percentage of whatever I get? I pay out my people, and then I take a percentage of whatever I get from YouTube, and I actually invest it in Alphabet. Everything that I do, because I want equity in the company. I don't just want to participate on the platform. I want equity in everything that I do. But a whole nother conversation right now. Yeezy did his Yeezy season 9 show. I was going to mine this out a little bit more last night, but then y'all started putting bounties on people's heads. And I said, listen, we're going to have a different conversation. But it was cool though. And the reason that it was cool was because more information came out this morning that allowed for me to actually add more value into this conversation. Now, one person's opinion, which I mined through Van Lathan, and I was like, look at this cornball. And I was listening to Jameel Hill, who is nothing. I don't really care about what she got to say. I heard a lot of people that had a lot of different things to say about Kanye. So we're gonna have two different conversations today, right? The first conversation that I'm going to have, for those of you that's been living under a rock, Yeezy basically broke out the White Lives Matter shirt with the Pope on the front of it. Candace Owens was there, and it created an uproar. And so the question that I first asked myself as a bag chaser is this profits or passion? Is it profits or passion? Or is it both? Or is it neither? Or is it an opportunity to market more effectively? Or is it just trolling? Is it profits or passion, right? Because I truly believe that it's both. That's where my position is. But I want to mine this out from a couple different things because people been hitting me up and they saying, Anton, have you not done the ABC interview with Kanye West review yet? And I said, well, not yet. But what better day to do it than today, in addition to breaking down somebody who I think has been trying to participate in the conversations. He was participating with DJ Academics and LL Cool J. And now he has a lot to say about Kanye West and Candace Owens. And so the person that I want to have a conversation about, and shout out to Forgotten Kings for dropping this footage. I know that they use some of my footage, and so I'm like, yo, go ahead and use y'all footage because I'm going to use y'all footage. Or go ahead and use my footage because I'm going to use y'all footage for my purposes too. So shout out to Forgotten Kings. Forgotten Kings posted Russell Simmons' perspective on Kanye West and Candace Owens. So we're going to jump right into that. We're not going to waste no time. We're going to get into it, and we're going to have this conversation. And then again, hopefully I can drop the link in the description or a link in the chat for you guys to be able to cam up and give me your opinion. So prepare, get on camera, get your makeup done, take off your bonnets, take off your do-rags, get out of your pajamas, brush your teeth, get your Tiege Henley on. You got a few minutes before I drop the link in the chat so that you guys can come up and have this conversation with me. Let's go on to Russell Simmons because I'm curious as to what he has to say. Because one of the people that he implemented or he brought into this conversation is the Black Lives Matters organization and Patrisse Cullors. So I thought it was interesting to use him as a trampoline for this talking point. Let's get into it.
In Indonesia, it's my birthday. For you, it's tomorrow, the 4th of October. And I have a house full of flowers. And I feel very loved right now. The hotel is in much better condition. I just arrived back home. And everything is really good. And I saw something that concerned me quite a bit. Like, I don't mind Candace Owens because I get it. She doesn't really influence the people in our culture that much. So her opinions, although she has a big following, they're ones who think differently. I hate the divisiveness in this country's politics, but I get it, and I understand Candace Owens.
So this is a lot of times when I say that we need to possibly respect the OGs, but you don't always listen to them for everything that they say because he's wrong right off the bat. He's wrong right off the bat. Candace Owens is quite possibly, whether you like her or not, this is not a conversation to determine whether she was right or not yet. Candace Owens is quite possibly one of the most influential voices when it comes to young people, and specifically the African American community. As a matter of fact, I would go so far as to say that because of Kanye West, she has now become a lot more visible in the eyes of those that otherwise would have never been able to recognize who she was if she was walking down the street. Candace Owens, again, whether you like her or not, I have her book. It's called Blackout. It's sitting right up there on my desk. Is very much a voice that is to be reckoned with when it comes to resonating in the minds and the eyes and the looks and the oohs and the ahs and the representation of who she is, as far as her being visible in the eyes of not only America, but also Black people. That is a fact. And so he is wrong. I don't know how long he's been living outside of the United States, but he is absolutely, positively wrong when it comes to Candace Owens not being a voice that people are paying attention to, even to determine whether or not they agree with her or not. Candace Owens is very much a voice that people are paying attention to. Shout out to OBIE. Is that OB? OBA? Colocolo? Hello, Anton. Not sure if you remember, but I had a coaching session 2 months ago. You gave me advice on how to enhance my software company. Your advice worked. I leveled up my money. I have another one scheduled with you to fill in on the details. Thanks again. Who y'all know that got more testimonials than me? I'm just curious. Listen, I hate to brag on myself, but the reason that I brag on myself is because I first add value to other people, and I know I'm good at what I do. I know I'm good at what I do. Shout out to the bag chasers. Shout out to everybody that book a coaching call. Make sure you get in touch with me. Email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com and we're going to get you popping. I'm almost completely booked out for the year. So if you have not got your session, then that's on you. But I'm just going to tell you in real life, I am the man. Can I get a pass one time in order to be able to curse just a little bit? I ain't even going to curse. I'm a better person than that. I've learned how to communicate more effectively. You see how I'm growing? I am that deal. There is nobody that can give you real practical advice, including your pastor, on relationships, on networking, and your business. There is nobody that can mine through what you need on an individual basis. And let me tell you how it is that I do this. Take this. I build relationships with my people. I add value to their life by first understanding them, because there is no one size fits all blueprint to what it is that you need as an individual in order to be successful in whatever it is that you're coming to me for. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in. I know my mic is a little bit off. It's cool. It's been messing up, but we moving into the content creation space. We gonna get back there. I know. It's the mic. It's the mic. It's okay. It's okay. Let me see if I can fix this. There is nobody that pours into y'all as much as I pour into y'all. Mic check. My mic is back. We good. Real talk. So shout out to you, big dog. Again, I appreciate you for checking in with me, for doing the thing that's in your own best interest. You are welcome, my friend. I cannot wait to kick it with you again on our coaching sessions, and hopefully I can add even more value to you to help you enhance your software company, because unlike Boyce Watkins, I actually have built real companies that has been mega successful. So I can actually tell you what you need to do in order to be successful. This ain't academia over here. This is real life. Shout out to you, K. Okay. Don't know. I call him okay. Just for a brief. I'm a C student. All right. So let's get back into Russell Simmons and what he talking about.
But my brother, who I love, who I first met when he did Deaf Poetry, and he said the most insightful thing. No rapper had been on that show and said more insightful.
They said, did this OG shadow ban me? Let's see if this is, what are you talking about? What is it? How do you get shadow banned? Anyways, let's continue with Russell Simmons. We don't want to get distracted. Let's continue.
Up in Kanye. But he's been a great influence. He made Jesus Walks. He said so many great things. And inspired so many people, and he's made $1 billion, and so we follow him because he inspires us. And I know that we all know that all lives matter. We love all people. But the reason we created Black Lives Matter, and we marched and we worked so hard to build that brand, that image, and it spread around the world, and white folks marched with us, so much to the point that they destroyed the Black Lives Matter leadership.
Is he not running in the Victim Olympics, or is he not running? This is what I want y'all to hear from our OGs. White people destroyed Black Lives Matter's leadership. Not Black Lives Matters need to be held accountable for what it is that they doing with the $90 million plus to put their homeboys and Junebug and them on and buy mansions and sip, and not $1 has went back into the community or to stop any of the problems within the Black community, or built one building or fixed one thing. We will sit here and kill Kanye, who has put more Black people on than anybody that you know purposely, for wearing a White Lives Matters t-shirt because he truly believes in what he believes in when it comes to equality. But then you will sit here and listen to the OGs just because they had some visibility and created a company for caping for Patrisse Cullors and all of these women in the Black Lives Matters organization who are really covert Marxist feminists. That is a fact. It said it on their website. He said that white people who marched with Black Lives Matters people, and I know that the majority of the people that was out there marching weren't even Black people, destroyed the Black Lives Matters organization. Hoppo, who is this guy? I'm really trying to understand, why is this man that is sitting over in a completely different country, because allegedly he's been accused of filling on women in yoga classes and doing things that's not even what it was supposed to be. So he's in a completely different country to prevent himself from being extradited, allegedly. Why is this man sitting here caping for us as though we care what he thinks but I'm using him as an example to illustrate that just because somebody wears yoga pants and they look good for their age and they wear chakra beads doesn't necessarily mean that they're in touch with what's going on in the community, which is one of the reasons why Candace Owens tend to resonate a little bit more than he does, even though he created one of the most destructive forces for the black community, which is rap music specifically. Shout out to Dalen Robinson. Says, wait. So those alpha Marxist females were actually white and black face? Oh, that makes sense now. No. I like that. Dalen. So we not going, because Candace Owens was one of the very few people that actually knocked on their door that said, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was your address. This was registered to Black Lives Matters. This whole mansion right here. What are you doing in here with a white bodyguard that you then said to defund the police? No worries. Let's continue to hear what Uncle Ruckus has to say.
By attacking them with false claims about them and attacking their integrity, and even black people went after black people.
This is going to be a hard one. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Today, this is going to be a hard one. This is going to be a hard one because he's running in the Victim Olympics. And even black people went after him before he ever got into the whole Kanye West White Lives Matters t-shirts. He started talking negatively about black people that went after Black Lives Matters and intended to hold them accountable, which we very rarely do in our communities, for what they doing with the monies. Because they all got rich and they left y'all out in the cold. And I want to know which one of y'all donated because I want you to ask for a refund. Let's rewind because I want to get the whole context. I know I'm breaking this down frame by frame, but let's rewind a little bit.
And I know that we all know that all lives matter. We love all people. But the reason we created Black Lives Matter and we marched and we worked so hard to build that brand, that image, and it spread around the world and white folks marched with us, so much to the point that they destroyed the Black Lives Matter leadership by attacking them with false claims about them and attacking their integrity, and even black people went after.
So you telling me that these women did not post a video on the Black Lives Matters YouTube page of them sipping wine and eating crumpets and things that black people don't even eat on a hill outside of the hood and talking about how much they accomplished and how great they were? That it wasn't 3 black women having that conversation. I'm just curious because they put the footage out. They put the photos out. Listen, the beautiful thing about real estate transactions is that it's all searchable online. So then when we see something, we got these watchdogs that's when they go in and they see something, these watchdogs, and they see that they put in these homes in their names, and then they try to transfer it over into a Delaware address because, come on, man, you're not going to finesse us, Uncle Russ, with the Rush card. Selling us all of that fat farm and baby fat. Has Russell Simmons ever even married a black woman? I'm just curious because I want to know what all of these blackety black men that keep talking this black power and stuff, how many women have you actually? Don't worry about it. We're going to continue.
Black people went after.
What's your Rush card? Get it with these extraordinary fees. All of these, that's how Russell Simmons talks. Get it with all of these extraordinary fees because it's nothing better than the Rush card. Get it today. He the one that set the standard for all of these egregious contracts that DJ Academics was saying that all of these old guys that was Dusty's got finessed with in the first place. LL didn't even get his master's back until like 20 years after he had became an artist. Uncle Russ started a company with Rick Rubin, which was a white man, and was robbing all of these artists for all of their masters and the money. Listen, if y'all want to go after anybody, here you go. Here's Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus has done more to destroy the black community than Kanye West or Candace Owens ever could. He gave you the most destructive force, which is the thing that controls what you listen to, which then affected what it is that we have today, because we don't want to hold them accountable for what it is that they created, because it then manifested and translated it into what we see in drill music in Chicago today. He sold the company. He never held control of it, which means that he never had responsibility totally. It was a money play, and he robbed all of y'all artists and all of y'all old dudes. And then as a result, DJ Academics is the one that's taking the arrows. Pew, pew, pew. Come on, man. He started the company. Jesus Christ. Come on, Uncle Russ. Come on to the front of the congregation. We don't care nothing about you. You're not even in the country. Crimson Cure has a petition with over 8,000 signatures to hold Black Lives Matter accountable for the money that they stole. It's gaining media traction. Let me go and put my money up over there at Crimson Cure. You know I love me some Cure. I love me some Miss Cure. Me and Crimson are like two peas in a pod. I love me some Miss Crimson Cure. We know that you over there. Let me stop. Well, technically, I could say whatever it is that I want to say about Russ, right? Because it ain't like he coming back to the country. So can Russell Simmons sue me? Like Tasha K did Cardi B, if he not even in the country no more because he dodging allegations and possible charges for what it is that he did that's being alleged from him from different women? Can Uncle Russ come after me if he not even in the United States anymore? If he over there, I don't know. I don't want to take no chances. Uncle Russ, clearly he got way more money than me. Listen, I'm richer than some of y'all favorite rappers, but I'm going to leave Uncle Russ alone. But we're going to bring him to the front of the congregation. Don't worry about it. Allegedly.
Black people attacked and destroyed with white people, Black Lives Matter. And many white people in Sweden, in Germany, in everywhere you can imagine, marched because they recognized the importance of this movement and how many people have been affected. And here I am today in Indonesia, where
we know why you into Indonesia. We know why you in Indonesia. Somebody, let me do a little bit of research. While he's talking, I'm going to do some research because I need to know what the extradition laws are in Indonesia.
Darker people of Indonesia are exploited, where the Dutch came in and destroyed the culture, not the culture so much as the pride of our people. We have spent millions of dollars building a hotel here, and we've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars educating. God knows how much we spent educating the villagers so they can run this hotel.
So, translation, and this is what I take from it. This is not necessarily what he intended, but let me tell you what the translation is of me. So, because the first thing that you have to ask yourself, because he's trying to create credibility in order to emphasize this point later on, because I have not even, honest to God, on my father's grave, I have not seen this video yet. Honest to God, on my father's grave, I only watched up to that first point where he said specifically about, what did he say? He said, whatever that was. In the very first part that I stopped at, I said, oh, this is going to be good. We're going to have to use this. So he's building a hotel over in Indonesia for the people to come and run it. So he's coming over there and investing in the Indonesian people so that he can then have them run and make money for him. So let me ask y'all a question. Wouldn't this be the type of guy that y'all would want to see as though he made millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, possibly even over billions of dollars off of Fat Farm and Def Jam and Baby Fat and the Rush Card and all of these different endeavors, right? Wouldn't you want him to actually invest in the communities that he's actually taking money from? All of the people that bought your Rush Card, all of the black kids that bought your records, all of the different communities that you supposedly support and love with Black Lives Matters. How come you have not invested $1 in it? And you going over there and you investing in the Indonesian people that you love so much. Now you love Indonesians? Interesting. Ask him. Since he's building credibility on himself in order to be able to tear Kanye and Candace Owens down, ask him how come he didn't give all of his money and build up the communities that bought his records. I'm tired of these people. I am, bro. And that's why when I say, yo, I'm investing in my own community, I'm not running from Detroit. I'm investing in Detroit. I'm not running from the city. I'm investing in the city. I'm putting my spaces, I'm putting my future residences, I'm putting them all in the city that I come from because I care about the people. I don't run from my people, I invest in my people. I give back to my people. I pour into my people. I invest in their businesses and their ideas. I invest in them and their mental health. How many neighborhoods have he built a hotel in? How many houses have he built for the people of the community that he support as a result of Black Lives Matters? Or is it all smoke and mirrors? See, I didn't even know that this was going to come out to be about Uncle Russ and these OGs that took from y'all communities. We expect him to do what you are doing, Time Dog. It ain't no people like us, bag chasers. Shout out to Elo. It ain't no people like us, bag chasers. We are one of a kind. We don't use smoke and mirrors. We use real. Listen. You want to know what my goal is? I'm coming back to Uncle Russ. I hate you old niggas. I do. I genuinely despise you fake protesting. I want to use my visibility in order to have something to say about the people that's actually participating in society. You know what my goal is? I'm going to tell you what my ultimate goal is. My goal is to go broke investing in my communities. For all of the people that say that they more blackity black and they stand for black people and because I ain't even talking about my communities as black people. I'm talking about my communities for those that deserve a better opportunity as a result of getting the information and the resources that they need in order to be successful. My goal is to ultimately go broke every single month investing in the people that actually matter. That's my goal. I'm not there yet, but that is my goal. And meanwhile, you got the people that are worse for society and the worst for the community doing the things and having the conversations about things that they know not of. Let's continue, Uncle Russ.
And we don't want any leadership in this hotel except Indonesia. The only lightest person working this hotel is Brother Gary Muhammad. He's darker because Gary is the chief of staff, so he's helping to oversee.
I hate these old niggas, man. I do. And it's not because they older. It's because they think that they did something when all they did was ruin the communities. They ruined communities, bro, all the way across the board. They lied to us and they told us happy wife, happy life. They left their kids and they left us all to be raised by single mothers. Let me tell you what I seen yesterday as I was walking into my place, right? Me and Rita was coming from J. Alexander's. I just dropped the video, or actually I just uploaded it to my editor. So that video will drop soon. We coming in from J. Alexander's. It was a lady. She's beautiful, gorgeous. Looks just like me. Just like me. Looks just like me as far as my color. Gorgeous chocolate lady, beautiful. Walking in, wind up sitting across from us, across the bar with her son. Her son walks in. I walk in and Rita walk in. We got all of this stuff in our hands because I got my laptop, I got my thing and all of that. He opens the door for us. She walks past. She keeps going because they parked. She opens the door as we walk in our building. We didn't even realize it. Rita recognized her from the bar. I was like, oh, I remember you. Her son stops back, opens the door for us, holds the door for us, right? So we come in. I said, listen, little man, I swear to God. And again, I'm going to put it on my daughter. I said, here you go, big dog. I put out all the money in my pocket and I gave it to him. He almost cried. I pulled out every dollar that I had in my pocket and I gave it to him. It was a lot. He couldn't have been no older than 12 years old, 12, 13 years old. I asked him, I said, you get an allowance? He said, yeah. I said, how much you get from your allowance? He said, I get $1 for every chore that I do. I pulled out every dollar in my pocket and I gave it to him. He started crying. His mama started crying. I started talking to him. He said, what do you do? I said, I'm a YouTuber. I said, you can come through anytime you want, little homie. He said, and then mama said, oh, we live right here. We live. And she was beautiful. She was gorgeous. Now, I wasn't hitting on the mama. Rita was with me. We chilling, whatever. I said, you can come through anytime you want, little homie. You know, as I kicked it with him, I realized, and I'm going to be real with y'all. I kicked it with him and I talked to him and I asked him some questions and I wanted to know about him. The boy need guidance. The boy need structure. The boy need a lot of things because he was moving in a way in which he had no backbone. He had no real man to ever be in his life. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not trying to be nobody's stepdaddy. I don't believe in stepdaddy season. Congratulations to y'all that actually love being stepfathers. I'm not the one, all right? But what I realize is that After talking to him, his father was a reflection of his father, which started off with his father, which is the same generation of these boomers and these Gen Xers. And they the ones that ruined our communities. They stole from us. They was dope fiends. They couldn't stay out of jail. They couldn't keep their family together. They was weak men. And so as a result, they enabled these feminists to then come through with bulldozers and then change what we see as society today. And all they did was rob, steal, kill, and then give us bad information. And now we're the ones that's better than them because we said we don't want to be like our fathers. And then we came through and we changed in the trajectory of what black men and men in general are supposed to look like. And now we got to sit here and war with society in order to get our culture back and our patriarchy back because women want to be submissive and under us. But it's people like this dude who will take and pillage from your communities, have more to say about what you should and shouldn't do, and ain't did nothing but for nobody except for rob and be the exact dude that we talk about we don't want to be like when we get older. The dude is allegedly dodging charges, which is one of the reasons he's over in Indonesia in the first place. Ain't never built nothing, ain't never gave nothing back to the black community. And LL Cool J couldn't even get his master's back until Russell Simmons wasn't even the head of the company no more. So what you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? But let's hear what he got to say because I like to use these dudes as an example. Shout out to my dog, Mr. Palmer. I see you, big dog. What up, though, big homie? Julius Germain says, was a little right the other night about old and words the other night. Jay Prince. I had to stand up for Jay Prince. I said, Jay Prince, you might have a little bit of a point, big dog.
The development of a senior management
what up, big dog?
Team here, because we want to give people the chance to rule in their own kingdom. And we don't want to come in as Westerners and build a hotel and put a bunch of white people as leadership, or black people for that matter. But these people have been destroyed, attacked. The Dutch came in here and took advantage of them. Just like there's no place in this world where dark people aren't exploited.
Here we go.
Every place in this planet where white people have come, white supremacy has come in as well, and that culture has to be destroyed. So when we say Black Lives Matter, we don't mean
so this is what I'm reading.
Don't matter.
Extradition shall be granted on the basis of a treaty. In the absence of a treaty, extradition may be granted on the basis of a good relationship and if the interests of the state of the Republic of Indonesia so requires, which means that it would be in the best interest of Indonesia only if he wasn't spending money there for them to extradite him back to the United States of America in the case that he would be served with papers saying that you need to go to jail, don't pass go, don't collect $200. That's what the internet is saying. If the internet is saying it, then they must be lying. But let's continue.
I have many white friends I've grown up and partnered with, and I've been shipped a bus to schools where I learned to make friends that are still my friends now. It's not an affront to white people when we say Black Lives Matter. It's a horrible thing, I think, for black people to have to repeat something that's already known everywhere in the world. They say the value of a white person on CNN dying is 50 times the value or the amount of airtime that a black person gets in general. That's CNN.
Well, that's because y'all too busy killing each other at a exponential rate versus the population of white people. Listen, I leave my car unlocked out here every single day and I have no problems whatsoever. As a matter of fact, the way that they deliver Amazon packages here, not one package has ever gone missing and the doors lock after a certain time and nobody ever has a package gone, ever. I can't walk 2 steps past my car, past a grocery store in the hood without somebody in a ski mask looking to get inside of it. And it's so bad nowadays that the devil is running rampant. Let me tell you something. Devils and demons are out here every single day running rampant. They not just carjacking you. They not just robbing you. They not just taking your stuff no more. They are killing you. I have seen these so many articles that I refuse to do a show on people are begging for their lives, giving them the safe numbers, chilling, got their hands up and getting their brains blew out. And guess what? It's not from white people. I hate to say it. I hate to be honest. It's not from white people.
And that's a statistic. Black people do matter. and they haven't been represented.
Then how come you
or
ain't built
supported.
nothing in their communities,
And
Russ?
in any place in this world where they've been exploited, we should stand up and remind the people that people of color are equal and that they've been exploited, and sometimes they
What
don't
does
even
this have to
feel
do
they're
with
equal,
Candace
like in the
Owens
case here,
and
where we have to keep reminding the Indonesian, the Balinese people that they are equal to their oppressors. Black people in America don't know that they're equal to their oppressors. So this is why I'm a little disturbed at my brother who I love. And I hope that we see him, we can say in a nice way, in a way that he can digest that Black Lives Matter.
Hey, I'm starting a petition, bro. Honestly, I'm going to start a new petition. Whenever we see a dude past the age of 60, that rambles but does not actually make any relevant point to what it is that we're talking about today, I'm starting a petition to cancel them and cancel their accounts. We're going to have a come to Jesus moment. Listen, we don't want your resources. We don't want your advice. We don't want your money. We don't want your insight and understanding. We just want you to go away. Go away. We got this over here. We're actually investing in our communities. We actually pouring into people. We actually investing in people. We actually adding value into people's lives. We good. We don't want no more of your rants. I'm going to promise myself, unless it's just something so juicy that I just cannot get away from and holding them accountable, I'm going to promise myself personally that I will never do a Russell Simmons reaction video ever again. I'm so tired of these older dudes. They aggravate me. They make my skin crawl.
Anyway, it's my birthday. I'm going to celebrate. Today, my friends are flying in from all over the world. They're going to stay in my hotel for the first time.
I wonder why he's not flying back into the United States of America. Let me do a little bit of research on Russell Simmons.
Today, I have a house full of flowers. Let me show y'all my flowers. Y'all don't believe this shit. Fuckers, look at that. My daughter.
Wow, looks great. Looks like you've invested a lot of money in Indonesia.
And it just goes on and on. There are flowers throughout the whole house. So, thank you, Janie, for the big flowers.
Of course.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm very blessed today, and I'm not upset. I just made the statement so that we can all stay on course, because equality is something that we all deserve, and people of color all over the world deserve a wake-up support system. Not only that themselves are woken up to their own divinity and power, but that other people recognize. Sometimes people, the oppressors, don't realize, and they need to hear that Black Lives Matter. And they have to think back. Do they support racist regimes and ideas and infrastructures? We need to remind ourselves of who we are, and we don't need to distract from that. O'Neill says he'll see me in a few hours. He's flying from Singapore. So I'm going to have a big party tonight. And unrelated to this, and Kanye, I love you. And
this is why you need to just go away.
We can afford, not yet.
Watch this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And then we're going to get back to Kanye, because I want to go over this ABC article and interview. Let's see what we got here, buddy. So, Russell Simmons' accuser urges legislature to pass the Adult Survivors Act. Well, let's find out why. I'm just reading the article. I don't know what's going on. You know me. It's nothing more than a Google search away. I like your teeth, Russ. Nice. I'm getting mine done pretty soon, too. So let's see. Alexia Norton-Jones first accused Russell Simmons, co-founder of... I'm trying to understand why he's in Indonesia. I'm just going to assume, but I got to read the stories. Alexia Norton-Jones first accused Russell Simmons, co-founder of Def Jam Recordings, of Great Being Her in a Variety article published in 2018. Cool. Story had been in works for over a year, Jones said in a recent interview with the Times-Union. All right, let's skip down a little bit. So he's responsible for the careers of Will Smith, Run DMC, Beastie Boys, so on and so forth. More than a dozen women, let me highlight that real quick. More than a dozen women have accused the music mogul of sexual misconduct and abuse, according to Variety. Simmons has denied the accusations. Decades after his assault, Jones filed a criminal complaint with the New York Police Department, according to a Variety story. But by then, the statute of limitations had expired under the New York's former rules. The Adult Survivors Act, a bill that has been passed, that has passed in the Senate, in the state Senate, but has stalled in the Assembly, would allow Norton and other survivors of sexual violence to file civil claims against their alleged attackers by granting a 1-year look-back window, setting aside New York's statute of limitations. Although New York extended both its civil and criminal statute of limitations for many sex crimes in 2019, including second-degree rape and criminal sex act, the extension do not apply retroactively to crimes committed before the law was enacted. The proposed Adult Survivors Act, structured after the Child Victims Act, would similarly give adult sex abuse survivors 1 year to file a lawsuit against their alleged abusers for crimes that occurred years or decades ago outside the statute of limitations. The deadline for survivors to file a claim under the Child Victims Act closed in August. During the 2-year period, it was extended a year due to the pandemic. Thousands of cases were filed, many against the Boy Scouts of America and the Catholic Church. When asked about why the Adult Survivors Act hadn't got through the Assembly's Judiciary Committee, blah, 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 blah. Not a dozen. Let's see. For Jones, it was because Simmons was a close family friend. So close, her father considered him a son. Whoa. Is these the things that our elders are being accused of? Russell probably would have not had a career if it wasn't for WLS, an urban contemporary radio station in New York City, and if it wasn't for my father, because he was one of the founders of WBLS. So when Simmons allegedly violated Jones on a date in 1990 when she was 31, she felt like she had to keep quiet. Compounding her trepidation, there were the added layers that came with her being a biracial woman and him a black man. So you telling me that Russell has always been into biracial women or white or Chinese or Asian or white women? There's this whole thing with black women that if we bring down a brother, we're the bad guy. We want all our black men to succeed because the world is run by white men. It's increasingly possible that survivors of color will face disproportionate obstacles when coming forward with allegations of abuse. So, according to this person, this flies in the face specifically of what Russell Simmons was advocating against, which is the fact that all Black lives matters. What about black women? Should their voices be silenced, or should they be reported in the news similar to how you was just emphasizing, Russell, about how we need to champion the words and the voices of those that are underserved, because all lives matter, including black women, right? Look, according to the American Psychological Association, black and brown survivors are less likely to be believed, but are more likely to experience abuse when compared to their white counterparts. He said, y'all not about the Bill Cosby me. Wow. In 2019, she filed a complaint with the New York Police Department detailing the crime. She's unsure of the investigation status. No worries. Look at that. Listen, don't that look like the face of an innocent uncle? Don't that look like the face of an innocent uncle? I'm just curious. What do y'all think? Does this look like somebody you would trust your daughter to be around? Listen, I'm not saying that he's guilty. I'm not saying that he's innocent. I really don't care. I just want you to know the full story of the people that's advocating on behalf of those that we think that are underserved, okay? Jay the Legend, Sports Media, says weak dudes and German shepherds destroyed our community, not rap music. People need to raise their kids properly. Where your parents at? We could talk about it. Let's go into this whole Kanye West thing. Apparently somebody told me he did an interview with ABC News. I have not looked at it yet. I said that I'm going to go ahead and break it down with you guys live. So let's just deep dive into it. Well, let's not waste any time. We don't want no music. No demonetization over here, big dog.
Why don't you do it on your own? Was he right?
Battle with Adidas to receive ownership of his brand. The next step, he says, is to sell Yeezy directly to consumers, something he argued about with radio host Sway back in 2013.
Why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
So Sway, almost 10 years ago, said, man, why don't you do it on your own? Was he right?
You know what? I will go ahead and say Sway had the answer. I know people are gonna be like, no.
Is that going to be affordable and accessible for people? Because I know some of your sneakers are thousands of dollars.
I mean, if it's up to Meezy, Yeezy would be freezy. You know, Meezy. But you know, life is free. Life is the event. Life is a gift.
But wait, I want to go back to that because you said if it were up to Meezy, it would be freezy. But how much is it going to be? Because, you know, people want to know. How much is it going to be? Yeah. First store is going to be in Atlanta, right? People who are going to walk in off the street, can they buy something for $30?
20.
20.
I like.
That'd be crazy. If Kanye West is giving y'all stuff for $20, I'm trying to figure out what a threshold is, though. What's the threshold in a general sense? What's the threshold for keeping a product worth the amount of money that people would pay for it or would value it, right? Versus, and I'm just looking at it from a business perspective, versus keeping things affordable enough for people to be able to have access to it. It's a delicate balance, right? When Shaq was doing his little whack Shaqnosis with the Reebok company, and then he did that whole story about how he put his shoes in Walmart, wasn't nobody really wanting to mess with his shoes because it was in Walmart. I don't know about that. I think he need to have some people and handlers around him. And don't get me wrong, John Dog is on no level of Yeezy, but I mean it's worth having a conversation, right? Because you would devalue the brand. And either one or two things would happen. Either it would be devalued so much that it's not worthy of the same brand recognition and status going forward, or he would have to do limited edition runs in which he wouldn't make as much money. However, what would happen is, because I'm not even sure that we need a store anymore, right? Why would he be looking to open up stores? That makes no sense when everything is e-commerce now. It's backwards. Why would he need to open up stores? Let me continue to hear this.
Like multiples of 20, simplifying things.
20 will get me a t-shirt?
Get you 4 t-shirts.
Yeah, Terrell, I'm worried about that resale business. I got me a pair of Yeezy sitting right here on the floor.
So it's going to be very accessible.
Very accessible.
Very affordable.
Very affordable.
So you were able to kind of accomplish what you needed, it seems, with Gap and Adidas. Perhaps it was a breach of contract situation, so now you're going to be able to still... You, as a dad, are you getting now some progress with that and able to spend the time you want with your children?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's a process.
There's no way that he would be able to sell stuff for $20. No way possible. Impossible. I'm not going for it. The day that Kanye West starts selling something for $20, that's not a shoestring. The day that you can find a pair of sneakers for Kanye for less than $50, I'll give out $1,000. And you know I'm good for it. I have no problem giving out $1,000.
Has been progress. God bless. Like a couple days ago, I got to see my daughter's improvement in basketball. Like the first season.
Oh, you trying to be Kobe Bryant now? Okay, I got you.
Just kind of not knowing what to do, not knowing how to handle the ball, not knowing how to handle herself. And, you know, as far as co-parenting goes, I put my foot down with Kim and I said, like, I learned how to play basketball in a summer and came back and won championships. So...
where's my cap at? Did they give y'all out some participation trophies? I need to see Kanye on the court before I believe that story. Listen, I love Kanye, and I believe a lot of the things that he's saying, but you're not going to tell me you went away for a summer and then you came back winning championships unless it was somebody else on the team that was a superstar and you was the towel boy. Boy, if you don't get your, I wasn't in the gym shooting, but I went back for a summer and I became Michael Jordan overnight. I'm not going for it, but I like the message that he's giving. He's saying that, yo, daughters and sons need their fathers in their life. So I don't want to get away from the larger message.
I, as her dad, am gonna go and I'm gonna coach her every morning. She trained every day and I really stayed on her. And when she came back, she had the confidence.
Shout out to Rosa
She was
Nash.
almost
Jean-Pierre
like
says, hi,
a Dennis
Anton, the
Rodman. I'm
philosopher.
saying stuff to her like, never let anyone take anything from you. Protect your little brothers and sisters. Protect the family. Never let anyone take our company. I'm literally saying this to her because I realize she's one of the people in the family that will make sure that no one ever takes our company. No one ever.
But wait a minute, you telling your daughter to don't do what Russell Simmons did with Def Jam? Are you telling your daughter to not do what Russell Simmons did with Def Jam? You know, when they sold their company out to Island Music? No? Kanye is so controversial, man. I don't know what to say.
It takes what me and Kim have built with both of our brands and the brands that we're building now.
Do you feel you have a voice as you're co-parenting now?
I do have a voice, but I had to fight for it. I had to go on Instagram and I had to turn up. You know, people want to be, oh yeah, Kanye, whatever. No, I legally changed my name. It's just a beginning of a respect. Or with Adidas, like, oh, you know, we're just gonna like take your colorways and we're just gonna do that.
The couple's focus on their children was evident in the first season of The Kardashians.
No matter what we're going through, I always want my kids to be around their dad as much as possible. And
no, I don't think it had nothing to do with the kids. I think it had everything to do with Pete. Pete had that skeet. Pete was in the building taking your daughter on joyrides inside of they toy truck or whatever. And so when she said Big Pete had that big D energy, I think that was probably the culmination of it. Rita, you think it was Big Pete or you think it was the fact that his kids was nah, let me stop. Julius Jermaine said, one summer of hard can work wonders for your game, Anton. Bro, you're not going to tell me that he came back winning championships. I'm not going for it, bro. I played on my squads. I know what the game was. I played in private school. I played in a private school league, and everybody know that private school league in Michigan is the toughest league. And I played in public school leagues, bro. You're not going to tell me that Kanye would have waited for a summer and came back and was winning championships. Against who? In Chicago, I know for a fact that they got some of the toughest ballers in the country. I'm not going for it, big dog.
just to have their mornings with dad and get dropped off at school.
No, I have a voice. And I don't agree with certain things as a dad and as a Christian. I have a right to have a voice on what my kids are wearing, what they're watching, what they're eating.
The problem with what Kanye is saying, though, is the same thing that we say to modern women and when they get with men that wind up leaving them as baby mamas. You picked them. He picked her. He coveted after her. He wanted her when she was with Chris Humphries. He used to get women that looked like Kim Kardashian admitted out of his own mouth in order to practice in the mirror on when he was going to get to Kim Kardashian. He picked her to have kids with. He wanted her. Now, he probably benefited from her too, because I heard that she gave him like a 50M loan when he was out and about and he was trying to get his companies off the ground, but that's neither here nor there. We can continue.
And I believe I have
He
a
threw the
platform
pebble,
where
Tam.
I get to say what so many dads can't say out loud. There's so many situations where an entire family will go and basically take control of the kids. I know so many people would hit me like out of Chicago and say, yo, I just went through the same thing as you.
Yeah, Natasha,
and then people will call me and say, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, well, I'm okay now because I said something, but I wasn't okay before with the situation, and that's why I said something. And it's just little nuances where there was a parallel to what was happening at Gap, what was happening at Adidas, and what.
So if you keep having the same situation happen over and over, maybe it's not the people, maybe it's you. But no, listen. I understand what he's saying about Adidas, because if Adidas completely stole his designs, and I've seen them fake Yeezy knockoff slides that Adidas is making, trying to act like that they stealing the foam runners. I mean, he's right to an extent, but then at the same time, he is a spoiled guy. He's a spoiled young man. I love Ye though.
What was happening in my home? It was all a kind of a disregard for the voice of something that I co-created. I co-created the children. I co-created the product at Adidas. I co-created the product at Gap. And I let everybody know that there's actually a through line, there's a parallel. And the parallel does touch on discrimination.
Even within your marriage?
Obviously, it's a parallel. What marriage, exactly?
The former marriage, right.
Yeah. I want my kids to go to Donda, and I have to fight for a say-so. Because
She hit him with that ooh-op shebang question though on the low though. She did hit him with she said, even in your marriage, because he said it was a parallel between how it was that he was operating within his relationship to Adidas, to Gap, and then he started talking about discrimination in that parallel, and she was like, wait a minute, we bringing that back to the... Yo, this reporter is on point. And so I'm wondering, are these discussions that they had prior to them having kids? And did he say, yo, I want to send my kids to Donda? Or are you only doing that because you thought that Big Pete was laying up in them sheets?
they're just programmed. It's just like, hey, all the kids are going to Sierra Canyon. No, I'm their dad. Like, it has to be co-parenting. It's not up to only the woman. Like, men have a choice. Men's voices matter. Yeah. So
how quick he go from laughing to seriousness again is disturbing sometimes for me.
I understand we've dealt with a lot of frustrations, and there's a lot of protection that I actually brought. I don't care what happened.
I'm never putting my family business in my household out into the street. I don't care what happened. I'm not going on Instagram to scream to the mountaintops what Rita is doing. I'm not doing it. I don't care what happens.
When I first started dating and when I first got married to Kim, God calls me to not release that. That's still there. This is the mother of my children, and I apologize for any stress that I have caused, even in my frustration, because God calls me to be stronger. But also, ain't nobody else finna be causing no stress either. I need this person to be least stress and a best sound mind and as calm as possible to be able to raise those children at the end of the day. It's not about another media headline. It's not about what people, a lot of times, people, they go for these clickbaits and Wayne's
World says, please stop referring to that man as Big Pete, please and thank you. That's what Kim called him. Y'all want me to call him Big D Pete?
some responsibilities that I still feel needs to be taken by the entire family, right? About the way we present ourselves. Everything that we do, we need to present ourselves.
No, if my wife was Kim Kardashian, I don't care how much power she have. I knew she was Kim Kardashian before I got married to her in the first place. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth outside of the way that I'm supposed to operate. That's not going to happen, bro.
With the highest level of nobility.
Packing
when
Pete.
We're in a position of influence like we are, we have to say,
Pete.
Do we want
Pete.
our children to do this? And not just our children, everyone's children. Because we're being used as an influence to everyone's.
Hey, is that a Detroit thing? The gay jokes, Rita? I think it's like a Detroit thing because I don't think that that's something that people do across the nation. Like, people get so offended at anything that you talk about. Like, when I was on a late night live stream, y'all don't even know. Hold on, wait. Let's do this. Before we get back into the Kanye conversation, how do y'all even know that I got on bottoms? How do they know, Rita? Do they even know if I got, you know, I'm one to go without bottoms, right? I typically don't have on bottoms. Do I have on bottoms right now, Rita? Look, Rita got to get up just to see if I got on bottoms. Why you just start laughing? I am more comfortable doing the Millionaire Morning Show comfortably. No, I am not going to stand up. I don't want to mess up my live stream. Look at that guy. Yo, we got to get back to the interview. We can't get distracted. We talk about Kanye right now, whether or not I have on bottoms.
Children to sell the product that affords us the houses that we put the 800 million security guards in front of. So knowing that to whom is given, much is required. I also require that because I'm sorry, Hulu. I'm sorry, Disney. It didn't work. Even with me out the house, I'm still the head of the house.
I think that
Cap. He was begging online. Don't sit here and tell me how. Dog, he did a whole, listen, I love Ye, but Ye is very delusional, and I wish somebody in his team would tell him the truth. Ye did a whole video with the game on how he wanted to go after Pete because Pete was putting that D on his girl without his permission, and now he gonna sit here and tell us about how he the head of the household. No, you not gonna sell me on that. Listen, I love you, Ye, but you not gonna sell me on that. Mr. Chambers says, like a gold ring and a snout is a beautiful woman with no discretion. Proverbs 11:22. Ye didn't consider this before wifing Kim. Lame as all ever. Nope.
many of us had access to see your mom, Donda, in Genius or in other
Gosh, I never realized how much they look alike.
Opportunities, and it seemed like she was your number one supporter, that she invested in you. I mean, I remember at one point she said that you played tracks like Michael Jordan shoots free throws.
Case in point, how many times did you see my dad in that documentary? It would have been like he wasn't even alive. Case in point.
It's Yo documentary. What you talking about? Yo homeboy is the one that recorded it. I thought he was the all-powerful. I thought he had control over what was going on. Why didn't you have your dad in that documentary then?
And everyone's fine with that. I was taken away. My mom was offered a job by the state in the south side of Chicago, the most dangerous place at that time, you know, on the planet.
Moved you from Atlanta?
Moved me from Atlanta. My dad, think about how smart people say I am. My dad's smarter than me. He didn't have a voice.
And so social media, you feel, is...
So wait. You said, now correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. He said his mom had to take a job to make sure that he was taken care of. Was it his father's responsibility not to leave the home in the first place, or was it his mother's responsibility to keep the kids around the father? I'm just curious, man. Listen, if we're going to be leaders, then we going to have to take leadership all the way. But I digress.
Is that more hurtful or beneficial to you?
That's one of my favorite questions this interview. I mean, we can use a car to rush somebody to the hospital, or we could use a car and accidentally hit somebody while we're rushing somebody to the hospital. It's all in how we use it.
Coming up.
I'm so confused. I am so confused on what that analogy was. Maybe it's just because I'm a C student. I'm very, very confused.
Academy, and we started it during COVID. And these are the things that I was interested in, but had to go and work on during, study hall or between classes or after school or on weekends. And to be able to incorporate that, to be a performing arts school, to be a design school, an architecture school, a farming school, automotive engineering school, a computer, hardware, and software school, financial engineering, not just financial literacy, and also to...
I do like that term. That's what I am. I'm taking that term. That's why I love Kanye, is that term right there. I am a financial engineer. That is what I am. That's my new term. I might have to change the name of this show to them from the Millionaire Morning Show. I don't know. With financial engineer Anton Daniels. I don't know. That don't ring quite the same way. But Anton is a financial engineer. I like that term. That was dope.
Teach the gospel. And that is...
What up, Onyx? What up, boo? Rita said, what up, Onyx? That's my baby. What's up, O? Oh, we on our way to come see you, right? Rita, when we going to see Onyx? Don't say it. Don't say it. I don't want him to know. We don't want him to know. Onyx, I'm coming to see you, boo. I'm gonna be over your way. I'm sure Rita already told you that Anton from AntonDaniels.com is coming to see you, right? I'm gonna see you in a little bit, boo cakes. What's up, boo?
That is Donda.
In this moment right now, for you, because you talked about, being able to have a voice in, for example, where your kids go to school, do you want them to go to Donda Academy?
Yeah, absolutely, because, schools are started with, rich people hiring Aristotle to teach their kids. You can have tutors for specific things and actually turn your kids to, geniuses. And, if your kids are geniuses, promoting that, and, they're 3 grade levels ahead. That period of theta between, 4 and 8, the kids can learn the most, and they're kind of just sitting them in, this mundane, place into society. It's about normalizing the kids and making sure that they fit into society. So yeah, if you ask me, the kids should go to my school and that should be supported.
And it's not supported?
Oh, it's definitely not supported. All of these celebrities, we get so distracted by what the internet just said about us and, what we're doing online or what we have to do with our careers, because it's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? It's hard enough to just raise a family, but then we have to keep up an image. We gotta keep up our cars and our houses and our clothes and all that, not realizing that all the while there's this thing that's that hurts you when you have to scream about what your kids are wearing or.
Nope, Trinity Life, I'm stealing. The best form of flattery is to steal it. The best form of flattery is to steal it. Listen, he's too deep for me at some point. I'm pretty sure I couldn't be in Kanye's inner circle because he is way too deep for Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Let me back out for a bit. Listen. The point of this whole show today, and I wasn't able to drop the link because Anton got to run downtown, got to go get my key card or whatever, but maybe we'll have this conversation tomorrow. The point of this whole conversation is that I believe that Kanye West, although he may not be the ideal role model for what I think that a man should be as far as him putting his business out into the open and things like that. On the other hand, I do believe that what Kanye does is out of passion and the profit automatically follows. Okay, so listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you. We're going to continue the conversation tomorrow. Maybe going back with a little bit of Jordan Peterson, battling a feminist. I got some other things on the docket and on a slate. No captivity with Freezy. Matter of fact, you know what? Nope. I'm about to drop the link in the chat. Y'all thought I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I want to know what y'all think. We're going to have to be quick, though, because Anton from AntonDaniels.com got to get downtown. I'm going to give y'all a voice. I hope y'all was ready to cam up because I'm ready for y'all. Let's have this conversation. Let me drop this link real quick. Nope. Nope. Not that. Nope. Not that. Nope. All right, I'm about to drop the link in the chat. Y'all ready? Please be ready to come up ASAP. I want to know what y'all thoughts are. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat for y'all to be able to get into the Patreon. I literally just dropped it. So, hold on. Let me turn on the link. All right. I want to know what y'all think. Just drop the link in the chat. I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all agree with or disagree with the idea of him wearing a White Lives Matter shirt? I'm curious. If y'all need to get in touch with me, email me at Anton Daniels. I'm waiting on you, Freezy. I'm waiting on you, Freezy. I see you, big dog. Okay, let me get your spot ready. Who was that walking in our door? Is that Lesanne coming home from school? Lesanne? Hey, boo. Hi. How was school? Fine. Can daddy have a kiss? Show daddy some love. Yes, ma'am. Where's your AirPods?
I don't know. I think I left them at Taekwondo.
So somebody got your AirPods?
No, I left them at Taekwondo.
So somebody got them then?
So they're at Taekwondo.
So somebody got them?
No.
What's up, Freezy? I'm waiting on you, big dog. Or anybody else that want to jump up on the panel? Freezy said, I got to get my life together. Freezy, come out and play. Freezy, come out and play. Freezy, I'm waiting on you, big dog. Onyx, I'm coming to see you. Another thing that I do want to say before we get into the phone calls. Well, so much for waiting to say something before we get into the phone calls. Let me see what Free gotta say. Let me see what my dog Freezy about to say. I got an idea of what I think Freezy is about to say. But I'm gonna find out for myself. What up, Free?
My dog, what's going on, nigga?
What's happening, bro? How you feel?
I'm doing all right, man. I've been bouncing back, bro, but I want to give a disclaimer. I don't fuck with that Black Lives Matter bullshit. I don't fuck with that shit. I do not fuck with that shit, man.
Why you don't mess with Black Lives Matter, Freezy?
It's some bullshit, man. First of all, most people. I'm just going to go out on a limb and bet $1,000 that the majority of people haven't even read the mission statement on Black Lives Matter.
I have.
I guarantee you most people haven't. Most people just join the bandwagon on some bullshit, you know.
I have. I've read the Black Lives Matter's mission statement, what type of organization that they are, what they stand for, the whole 9 yards.
Bro, they didn't even include black men in their mission statement. I think it was the LGBT, women, and children. That's it.
Right. Which is one of the reasons I'm so confused why so many people still, like Russell Simmons specifically, is supporting him.
Well, Russell Simmons, I think right now he's in his politics bag.
For what? He ain't even here in the United States of America.
Well, I believe he's trying to get back. I believe he's still been correlating with certain people over here in the U.S. and he's trying to rub shoulders, trying to get on people's good side. He's doing
Hmm.
what he got to do. Because
He paying to play? Is he
um,
playing? Is he paying white people?
oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely, man, most definitely. But as far as the White Lives Matter T-shirts, come on, Anton, man,
What?
you know they trolling, bro. Come on, man. They now Candace, that's how she get paid. I respect Candace game, man. Candace need that white money. We know that, okay? If I was Candace, I would wear I would wear a WLM shirt too.
You think it's all about
You know,
profits, Freezy?
Let me get my camera right. I'm blurry, but uh, I think it's about the bottom line, yes, but also I think it's about maintaining their fan base. Maintaining their the foundation of their support. Come on, let's be honest. Most black people, the majority of her supporters is not black people. We know that, man.
Of Candace
You
Owens
couldn't even pay her.
supporters? I
Say
don't
what
know,
now?
Freezy. You'll be surprised. It's a lot of black men that are conservative now that really, really rock with Candace Owens, bro.
Yeah, but they still the minority though. They could drop off the face of the planet and she still won't be hurting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
But yeah, I agree with you on that though. I agree with you on that. But as far as Kanye, I think Kanye just needs some Zoloft. That dude is fucking crazy, dog.
Well, Kanye was
Like
one of the first people that one of the first celebrities that openly supported Trump. He supported Trump when it wasn't cool to support Trump. Now it's okay. A lot of people wasn't openly supporting Trump the way that Kanye was.
yeah, cause niggas pockets is hurting, man. People is hurting.
But
You know.
think about it though. If Kanye was supporting Trump way back then, what makes you think that he's not also of the perspective that because he was on his own in his own studio in his own lab back in Wyoming with Big Boy, and he was like, "Yo, I'm not to be controlled. I'm not to be programmed. I feel how I feel."
So you saying that in the beginning, Kanye West was always cognitive that these black leaders, these so-called black leaders and black culture was trash from the get-go.
Yes.
And I understand what you're saying. And but I can't see where the White Lives Matter come in at though. Where
I
does that
think
shit come in at?
I think that it doesn't necessarily say that white people are better or anything like that. I think what it's saying is that um the thing that we champion is actually the thing that's hurting us. So at what point can we or can't we say that white lives matters or Asian lives matters or Hispanic lives matters? Because if you really break it down and look at it, the majority of the people that's on welfare is white people. If you look at the average household income or the average earnings of a white man versus a black man, we not too far off. Right? And so the idea of it is that I think is more to speak to the hypocritical nature of saying that black lives matters if other people can't do the same thing. Like I'll give you an example. I would never say something or tell somebody to do something that I don't strongly believe or would do myself. Because I don't align with people based off of anything outside of character.
Right, I understand what you're saying. And but when he says white lives matter, if that's the case, I could dig the all lives matter shirts. I could dig that.
They was
But
gonna get
just
rid. They was gonna get mad if he said that though.
they probably would have got mad. That would have been some bullshit too. But what that lives matter shit is bullshit. But um I just feel like they're trolling with specifying white lives matter because yeah, you're right. A lot of white people are on welfare. Proportionally though, black people are mostly at a disadvantage, I believe.
I don't think so. I think that we're at
Well,
an advantage.
percentage wise,
Logically, I believe that as a
You gotta
black
explain
man,
that, Anton.
I have greater opportunities than a white man.
Okay, explain that.
If you look at a lot of these diversity and inclusion programs, I've seen personally how people have been hired, even though they didn't have the same qualifications. They've been hired above white men. I'll say this: white men is at the bottom of the barrel right now in every category. They are at the bottom of the
When
barrel.
when
You
you
have
mean
you have
opportunistic wise, you mean?
you have the alphabet community. If you a double minority, you really winning as it relates to opportunities when it comes to scholarships, college funding, so on and so forth. If you are a woman and you a minority, you winning. If you a woman and you white, you winning. If you are a black guy, most people prefer to align. If you're a black guy, and see, there's a caveat to that. If you're a black guy and you a nigga, you in trouble. All right, you in trouble. If you walking around and you a nigga and you doing nigga stuff, you in trouble. Immigrants prove it every day, right? Because they come over here and they beat native black people by a mile. They absolutely destroy them in every single way possible. They win, they get more opportunities, they much richer, they have greater household incomes, they have better careers, they have better family structure, so on and so forth. And that's where I think that the caveat is, if you a nigga, it's a difference than being a black guy. If you a black man, you have all of the opportunity in the world to win, bro. And these Nigerians is winning, they proven it every single day. And so I think it's a difference. I think the problem is that we all lump ourselves into the same category when white people don't even rock with all white people. They separate themselves from the ones that's productive and know what they're doing and about that business, and the ones that's a piece of shit.
If you wasn't in if you didn't have the financial advantage that you have today, and let's go back to when you lost it all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
think about that
you
in
don't think
America, though, Freezy. I made a bunch of money. I lost everything. Got all of my cars repossessed, had a baby on the way, married, had 2 people that depended on me at least, moved back into my mother's basement and got rich again. What other country can you do that in?
I'll give you
had
that.
Nothing. In 2008, at the height of the recession, my daughter was born February 20th, 2008. Bro, I could not have been in a worse position possible, except for the fact that I was living in my mom's basement.
Okay, but did you have a buffer though? When you lost it
What
all,
was the
did you have
buffer?
a little buffer? Well, you
Where?
could go
I
back
had
to
no job, no money, no nothing. I had nothing. But
your
will,
mom,
determination, and opportunity. I went out there, I got 2 jobs. One of them was a sales job, 100% commission. I worked 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I was grinding. I went and got a help desk job, right? I was working at God, what was that? I was doing insurance verification for companies that wanted to lower people that wasn't supposed to be on insurance. I went to school full time. Instead of going to regular university, I went to community college, which I then was able to pay for myself, which I then landed a job at the University of Michigan. And by that time I had my businesses popping, so I didn't have to depend on any income from my regular job, because I just stayed living in the basement instead of moving out on my own, because my daughter had her grandmother, grandfather, and everything in the house, right?
Right.
And then I used the university's benefits because they double matched my 403B. My businesses was booming, so I never depended on that income. I didn't increase my lifestyle. And then I used the university's benefits to pay for my bachelor's degree, which said the same thing as everybody that originally went to the university in the first place. So I came out with no debt. I started buying all of the real estate because everything was depressed. All I had to do was dedicate myself. I had everything at my beck and whim, bro.
Okay, be honest with me though. Did you have to pay your mom rent and
Yeah, I paid rent. I had 2 jobs. I still had to pay rent.
Oh, okay. Well, shit, you put it out. Because I always thought that your mom served as a buffer. She was kind of a cushion, and which is good. That's what your parents is there for.
That
You understand?
same
I'm not talking
house
down
that
on
I
it.
lived in the basement in, I own it today. and is worth over $500,000. The same house that I lived in the basement in, I own it. I gave my mom $250,000 after I got rich again, and I said, "Yo, thank you." I overpaid her for it, and then I paid off the mortgage. Bro, we got nothing but opportunity. It's no reason why we can't get anything that we want.
No, you're right though. But it ain't no, see, the thing about it is what you just displayed is it ain't no shortcuts though. You
I
feel
don't
what I'm
want, but
saying?
I mean,
Like,
why would we want a shortcut though?
well, we talking about niggas though. A lot of niggas want shortcuts. That's why selling drugs is very popular. That's why scamming is very popular. You understand what I'm saying? They want shortcuts. They don't want all that shit that you said that you did. Niggas don't want to do all that shit, Anton.
But that's the difference between a nigga and a black person though. Man, if you a black guy, listen, we the most coveted, we the most desired from women. What more do we want?
I agree with you, man.
What more do we
I'm not
want?
one. Now I kind of, I side with you as far as like hard working and not being a nigga. I don't like niggas. I do not like niggas. That Black Lives Matter bullshit. I hate that shit. Now I am partial when it comes with the White Lives Matter t-shirts. I do think it's a publicity stunt. I do think that. I think that, it's a publicity stunt and
Possibly. I'll give you
they're
that. I can agree with
yeah,
that.
yeah. But I will say this, if I was them, I would do that same shit too. I would, because this is America and that's their that that's their line of business. That's that's what they do. So I would do it too, man. Just to be trolling, just because, man, just to boost up my revenue and my bottom line. I probably would do it too, knowing that I'm not serious. I don't think that they actually love white people that much to where they want to wear White Lives Matter t-shirts. But yeah, I do agree with you, man. I feel like this. I feel like this, Anton. And I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Mm,
There are some black people that's not niggas, right? They don't have a mom to go to, or dad.
mm.
They just out there. They just jumped off the porch. Out there, they done, they ain't got nobody to lean on, and it's hard for them to see around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying, what do you think about black people like that, where they can't see the light of day financially?
That's
You know what I'm saying?
they paying for the sins of their parents and their grandparents. That's even what the words say. The words say you pay for the sin. The kids are the ones that pay for the sins of their fathers. What you see happening in our communities in a lot of instances, think about it, Freezy. Let's just come right after slavery. Let's talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma, right?
Right.
These people had it a million times worse than us. I mean, real life, overt, directly in your face separation, racism, right? You go into the wrong alley, you getting killed, and you might get accused of doing something you didn't do for real, in real life. Wasn't no social media, wasn't no tracking, wasn't no phones to find out if you was really there or not, to ping you off the cell phone towers. And they were 10 times more successful than the people today. So much so that that it had to be a deliberate plan to destroy their town. There was doctors, lawyers, pharmacists, anything that you can think of. But we complaining about today? Man, the libraries is free and they on every corner and ain't nobody in them. Ain't nobody in them. I lived in a library. Whenever I wasn't, like when I was coming up, when in 2008, I was in the library every day. Man, instead of, renting movies and stuff, man, we was getting them for free from the library because the library was giving us our DVDs for free.
You know what? In the beginning, when I first started tuning in to you, I used to get mad with you, man. We used to accuse people of victim Olympics, right? Because I know that, especially in the black community, therapy is needed. Depression is
Facts.
running. You know, it's bad. You know, people are very depressed. They can't see their left shoe from their right shoe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But once I started listening to you more and more, I started understanding, because I took myself for example. I did exactly what you tell people to do.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped feeling sorry for my fucking self. Right?
But see, that's the
If
whole
I
logic behind the Victim Olympics. It's not to say that people don't have problems. It's, hey, listen, you listening to me right now? How long are you going to let that problem be a barrier to entry from success? It's take away all of the things that will prevent you from being successful by not enabling those problems to continue to have control over your life. And now you
yeah.
have the power. You take your power back. That's the logic behind the Victim Olympics. Is no excuses, not because you haven't been through anything, but it's no excuses because we're not going to let anything prevent us from getting what it is that we want. You can have anything you want if you remove saying that somebody preventing you from doing something and taking your power back. If I go outside right tomorrow and somebody call me a nigga tomorrow, I control the narrative. I control my reaction. Life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. I ain't got it. People got mad at me because I was vlogging, and the dude was acting racist to me inside of the shop in downtown Detroit when I was in the little dessert shop. They got mad at me because I wouldn't react the way that they wanted me to react to him. That man today got fired from his job because I play chess. I don't just fly off the handle and go and knock somebody off. Man, that man was no threat to me whatsoever. I had more power and more money than he did. And now he don't even have an income. We so busy trying to react because we having the same type of thing that we had in yesteryear, which is the very thing that's being used against you. We more powerful than that. All we got to do is think our way out of the box. All we got to do is think. And when we think, we become more proactive instead of reactive, and we control the narrative. I don't have to worry about what nobody is talking about because I know who I am. He can call me what he wants. At the end of the day, just don't call me broke. And he can call himself unemployed while he at it. I don't run in the Victim Olympics. I control the narrative, bro. I control the narrative. Nobody else.
So what do you have to say to the black people that's can't get out of bed because they depressed, they scared to get out of bed, they scared to face the whole day, they ain't got a fucking dime to their name?
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to somebody like that, a
You
black
ain't
person
dead.
like that?
Get up. Get up. You ain't dead. If you breathing tomorrow, you have just as much of an opportunity to be great as you was yesterday. You ain't got nothing, nowhere to go but up. If you've been through this and you've survived and you in your right mind and you able to endure through what you've been through, know this: there is nothing as you ascend on your way up that can stop you. The reason why I have no fear, I have zero fear whatsoever, is because what can you take me through that I have not already seen? I grew up in the hood, crackheads everywhere, inner city Detroit. And then I went broke again with a daughter and a wife on my back, and I endured through it to get to where I am today. What you gonna do to me? What you gonna do? Threaten me with a job? Threaten me in social media? America? Make a video about me? Man, I was about to cuss. Let me stop. I am on your head. If everything that I've been through is the thing that gives me that empowers me to go forward now. I got an advantage over everybody else because they got it gave to them and they don't know what to do when they go through it. I'm on their head. It ain't nothing nobody can do to stop me. The only thing that can stop me is me. And I don't let nothing get in my way. I don't let pussy get in my way. I don't let people get in my way. I don't let opportunity get in my way. I'm on it. I am on everything. The only thing that can stop me is me. It's going to have to be something divine to come down and say, Anton, no more building up the Tower of Babel. I'm on it. I am all on it. I'm over it. I am going to kill and destroy everything. Nobody's going to outwork me. Nobody's going to stop me. Nobody's going to do anything except for either get on the team or get steamrolled over. That's it. That's
That
it.
goddamn
What
Anton
they gonna do
Daniels.
to me?
Hey.
Bro, I am about to go, literally, I'm leaving here. I'm going downtown to go and get my keys to my building. I'm going downtown to get my keys right now. I own so much real estate. I'm going to own the whole city. I'm going to own the city. I'm going to own the teams. The only thing that can stop me is God himself. Otherwise, it's over. It's over, bro.
That's what's up, man. Niggas
I'm
need to
on it.
hear that type of shit though. You
I'm
know
on
what
it,
I'm
bro.
saying? That's real talk though. And then I think that this is why I side with you, Anton. I be wanting to argue with your ass so goddamn bad, but I can't because everything you just said was the gospel, especially when it comes to
Man,
achieving success.
listen.
I have felt sorry for myself when I was younger. I have. I'll be lying to say I haven't. I have been depressed. Listen, I took care of my mom for almost 20 years. I just
Yeah.
lost my mom.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. My condolences, bro.
Yeah, man. Listen, I watched my mom not be able to walk for a long time. She was totally disabled.
And
And
I
I
gotta
sat
go
there.
after you get done with this because I gotta go and get down there
Yeah,
within the
I'm
next
gonna let you
45
go,
minutes.
bro. But I sat there. The reason why I can't argue with you, Anton, is because I watched my mama do it. My mom, she couldn't walk at all. And she still maintained her sanity
Yep.
like for almost 20 years, bro. And after I lost her, I went into a little depression. But guess what? I did exactly what you said, what you did, what the advice that you're giving people now.
Mm-hmm.
You really do have to pull yourself up and think your way back to success.
You don't even gotta start
And
there, Freezy. All you gotta do is start working and start moving. This is what I
just
tell
start
people on a
moving.
regular basis. Everybody trying to find a purpose, and I tell them this all the time. Your purpose is going to be ever changing based off of the work that you do. The only thing you have to do is start moving. Once you start moving, you start gaining momentum. Once you start gaining momentum, you start getting clarity as to where it is that you're supposed to go. Right? My purpose is broken out based off of the work that I do. I used to think that I was supposed to be a mechanical engineer. And then I evolved, right? And then I used to
That's
think
what I
that,
went to school
oh,
for.
okay, I'm
Yeah.
starting this YouTube channel so that I can market myself in corporate America more effectively and document my life. I didn't know it was going to turn into this. The only thing I do is work. I have no clue what's going to happen 5 years from now. I know what God told me. I know what people can't do, and that's they can't stop me. And so the only thing that matters is me getting a more clear vision for what I want my life to be. Because everything that I've ever written down in high school, every car that I ever said that I wanted in college, in my 20s, every home that I said that I wanted to buy, a neighborhood where I said I wanted a home at, I have it now. I have it. And so now I know that the sky is the limit. It ain't nothing and nobody that can stop me. Not one person on this earth. And I'm a C student, lifetime C student, regular dude. And if a lot of these dudes out here got more talent than me and they letting me outrun them every single day simply because they don't want to do the work, it's over. I gotta go, Freezy. I appreciate you, big
And
bro.
time, man, thank you for having me up, bro.
Absolutely, my
Real
bro.
talk. You know we're gonna get up.
Absolutely. So listen, y'all. I just want to let y'all know that there's nothing and nobody that's stopping you from being successful except for you. The only thing that you got to do, listen. You know what? You know the thing that makes me feel bad? Y'all know the thing that makes me feel bad? I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. Is that I have not met my fitness goals yet because it's the only thing that I haven't accomplished. And the reason why it makes me feel bad is because I see people that don't even have equipment and can't even see the light of day that's locked up 23 hours a day, 7 days a week, come out here looking like monsters and they fit to death. And they ain't even got no nutrition plan. They ain't got no trainers. They ain't got nothing. I'm on it. I'm on it. I am coming for everything. I'm coming for fitness. I'm coming for the money. I'm coming for the network. I'm coming for success. I'm coming for giving other people opportunities. I'm coming for everything. And I am going to be the reflection of the thing that you are supposed to be when you wake up in the morning and you see me consistently beating down these doors day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out. You gonna know that everything that you were supposed to have, I went and took it from you because you just didn't want to get out of bed and make sure that you showed up and did what you were supposed to do to get what you were supposed to have. I'm coming to get yours because you ain't man enough to do it. I want everything. I want your girls to be on my network. I want your kids to work for me. I want everything you got because you ain't man enough to get up and go and get it. And then you can get mad at me if you want, but make sure you call your girl before you come to my office so she can let you in because she worked for me now. Your girl is my girl. That's both of ours. I just let her be with you for a little bit.